Hey guys, Dabloon here, and today's another BTD6 video, and today is going to be the brand new map Ravine on hard with no monkey knowledge. So for those of you struggling, which I know a lot of you are because I definitely struggle with this map, this will be super easy, so use what monkey knowledge you do have and we will knock this out super simple. Just a quick thing I noticed about this map, guys, if you look at it, you can see how it comes out of 2 lanes and turns into these 4, right? Well, guess what? Look at this one comes out of 4 into this one. So I'm pretty sure, guys, it was intended on purpose that it goes into this, through this ravine area into the dark castle. We are going to be using bin for this one, so make sure you have your bin equipped. And thank you to Chanity for helping me out with this beginning part because we were struggling in the stream last night, and then he got this really simple way to get bin and to start making that cash to make the rest of this super simple. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start off with the dart monkey right here under this sword. And if you guys didn't know yet, you can click this sword to all beyond, and then it will eventually fly out of here, which is kind of a cool little Easter egg. I have not seen any others on this map, so let me know below if there are some other Easter eggs that I missed. We're going to take our second dart monkey and we're going to place him right here, and then we're going to place our third dart monkey right here, and you're going to hit play. And you guys have your super American trucker hats because you should, because they're awesome and I love watching them pop. And then those pop and blam sounds and things from like the Batman era is so cool, guys. Looks like we're playing like a comic book balloon beater upper game, and it's pretty fun. Now we're going to take our fourth dart monkey and place him behind this little guy here. And then we're going to take our fifth dart monkey and place him right here behind this one. And then we just need one more. So we're going to have a total of 6 dart monkeys to get us to bin. But after we get that 6th one, it's actually pretty cool how well they defend for a while until we get that bin. Now here we go with our 6th and final dart monkey. Now what you're going to want to do is just kind of fast forward. If you want to, just go through this quickly just to get that 1200, because we're not going to do anything in between then. But you are going to be placing bin mid-round. So you'll have way more than enough time to place them, so don't worry. Just watch the money to make sure you are on the right round, and then place bin right here, but I will definitely show you that as well. All right, so we just started round 13. We're going to grab our bin any second here, and I'm just going to place them over here in the corner to get them out of the way of everybody. So right about now, place them right here. So you have way more than enough time, so don't worry about it. Just make sure you get them down there. And now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to buy some quick shots on this dart monkey. So the top left one over here, we're going to get quick shots, very quick shots, and then get triple shots. Okay, so here we are with triple shots at the end of round 14, and don't worry, you're going to start losing a lot of lives here, but that's the reason why bin is so amazing. Not does he just give us tons of money, but he also heals our lives. So at the end of this, we should have 100, and we are, like I said, we are going to lose a big chunk of lives. You might even get down to like 12 or 13 or so, but you're not going to lose as long as you just follow what I do here. Let's get quick shots on this guy. So now we have the top left over here and the bottom top right over here. We're going to get to triple shots as well. So both of these guys are 0-3-0, just this one and this one for now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a sniper to help us out a little bit and to get ready for 28 in the future. So what we're going to do is we're going to place him right here. So right as close as we can to the dart monkey, and that's for future. We're going to have some other towers in this little area here that are going to help him out. So just make sure you do that, and then place him on strong. And the first upgrade is going to be fast firing for 430. So here we go with that first fast firing. Then we're going to get even faster firing on this guy, and then full metal jacket. So this guy's a 102 on strong. That's where we're leaving him at, and he's going to stay there for a while. The next thing we do need to do is get ready for those camos on 24. So we're going to get long range darts and enhanced eyesight on both of these triple shot dart monkeys. Okay, now that we got both of these guys upgraded to a 0-3-2 and we have this guy upgraded to a 1-0-2, this is kind of where it gets a little scary just because we are going to lose a good chunk of lives at this point. But it's not going to be a big deal. You'll still win, and you have abilities. If you want to use Ben's ability, go for it. I don't on purpose because I want us to all be kind of at the same level here, but you guys can definitely use that. But of course, you guys are going to have monkey knowledge, so it's going to be a lot easier anyway, and you'll have your mana shield. Hopefully, if you're attempting expert maps on hard, you should have your mana shield at least. And this should be super simple for you guys. Now I'm going to place this I'm going to place this plane runway right here. So not too far to the left, not too far to the right, just kind of right there. And we're going to put him on the up and down one. So figure 8, and we're just going to leave him there. Okay. That's all you need to do. Just leave him there like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get sharper darts, and then we're going to get the next one. We're just going to keep on going with this, guys. So get sharper darts first though. Okay, now of course when you get centered path, it's going to change its path, but we don't want that path. We want figure 8 still. This is the one I just found to be the easiest, no problems, and that's what I like to deal with. Sometimes on 27, I do like to use an ability if it's getting too crazy, but usually we don't need to because these dart monkeys down here can handle even those yellows. And like I said, if we lose a couple lives, it doesn't matter because Ben's going to give us all of them back. So let's just kind of eat it right here and see what happens. Yeah, not bad at all. I think we're going to lose a life or two maybe. And not worried about that. We're cool there. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to save up for never miss targeting for $2,300. All right, never miss targeting. I think I'm going to have like more of a break. I go to like grab my coffee to take a sip and I forget that we have Ben, you know, so everything just kind of super speed. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get rapid fire. And I never really use Ben that much, so I forget how much money he actually gives you. This guy's already pulled in $3,200. Like, that's really good. Now, the next thing we're going to do is get loads more darts, of course, to make this guy even stronger. And he's pretty much going to be our just main destroyer of this thing. He just is very well built for this map, guys. He's perfect for it. And then when it looks a little scary, you might lose a couple lives, but it doesn't matter because Ben's going to get them back. So we're good to go here. Now, the next thing we're going to do that we have this guy to is 203. We're going to get an alchemist and we're going to place him right here. Yeah, right here in this top left corner. So he's only hitting the plane. Why do I want to say helicopter every time? I don't know. We're just going to put him right there and you're going to get larger potions and then acidic mixture dip. So right at the beginning of 35, we're going to get this berserker brew to help buff this guy up a little bit. And then what we're going to do on 36, guys, is we're going to use our first ability at the very beginning. So if you guys know, there's 3 pink waves and there's camos in between those. We're going to just use ability on the first one just to make sure there's no issues, and then the rest will just kind of go from there. We definitely won't lose or nothing. You might lose a couple lives, nothing too crazy. So let's use that first ability as soon as we hit play. There we go. Clean that one out. We should be able to clean the next one out. There we go. Now let's grab our stronger stimulant on round 37. And now the next thing we want to do is we want to get a village here. And the reason why for the village, not only just to make him faster and stuff, but if you guys just noticed on 37, you do eat a good chunk of lives on 37, and we don't want to be a part of that. So let's place him right here. We don't care about the dart monkey being buffed, but we want it a little higher because I am going to place a tower up top a little bit. So we're going to place him right here to where he's in range of all these towers. We're going to go bigger radius, and then we're going to go jungle drums. Now we want to go for grow blocker and radar scanner, because as you guys know, after 42, we're going to start to get wrecked with those camos, and we didn't do that well on 37. So this guy's definitely going to make this a lot easier because he's going to help out. We don't have to worry about the Moab because Ben did Trojan it, so guaranteed to pop it. And that's all we need to do because then it disappears. So Ben is coming in super clutch right now, guys. All right, so we're at the end of 41. I just grabbed radar scanner because we're going to have those camos on 42 that won't be able to handle, so that's going to help there. And now the next thing we're going to do, guys, because this guy can rock it all the way to like 49.50 without any problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab 2 farms. Now at this point, you guys can kind of change what you're doing, because I'm going to go bottom path farm because I don't want it to be too overpowered, or I don't want to go middle path and then I forget or you guys forget and then we have different monies. So I'm going to go with the easiest farm possible. We don't need too much money, so it's not that big of a deal. But what I am going to stress is that you upgrade as soon as you can. It is totally possible on mobile. That's where I beat this last night, made up the strategy. And so what you're going to want to do is upgrade and collect as soon as possible. That way we can all be sort of on the same page, because this is where our variance is going to be, is in these banana farms. If you get it later, if you get it sooner, you will have different money than me, and I don't want that to be an issue. So just go with this one here. But if you guys want to go with that middle path and farm better, you guys can do that as well. I just like this one. It works out. It's simple. So I'm going to grab mine during this round 45 for sure. I'm going to grab my marketplace. There we go. And I'm going to grab one more and place it right here as soon as I can, so I can start getting those little collects and get that money flowing in here so we can get our rest of this money to make this thing super, super simple. So I have my hotkey ready, or you can drag it, whichever you want to do. Got 1350. Let's place it right here. And same thing. We're going to get increased production. We're going to grab the next one after that, which I don't know at the top of my head because I'm like rushing here. So we're going to grab increased production, greater production, and then we're going to take care of the bottom path and get that marketplace going. All right, so end of 47, I was able to get it. I clicked play before I actually bought it, but it's no big deal. Okay, now you might have lost lives there. It might have looked a little sketchy there, and sometimes it does happen, but it really doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Like I said, Ben can heal your lives, and there's no way they're going to let all of them get through, so you'll be okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to get large calibre or caliber, however you want to read that. Then we're going to get deadly precision and then Moab stopper. I forget the name of it. But we're going to get the Moab dude, because what's going to happen is he's going to help us just wreck through those, you know, Moabs for like 57 or 54. When it gets a little crazy, he's going to make it not crazy. So we're going to start off 50 by beating that first Moab on our own, and then we'll get main Moab pretty quickly right after. But that first one should be Trojaned. Yeah, it always is. And then you can get your main Moab, and there you're good to go. And then the second Moab on 50 is going to be super, super simple. And from here, guys, it's going to get even easier. That's all I could say. It's gonna get easier. Now our big problem rounds are gonna be 54 and 55. You can make it through it with this. I have done it a couple of times, but then at the same time, it's a little RNG. So what we're gonna do to combat that is we're gonna throw a glue gunner up here. And the reason why it's here is because I do not want him in range of the alchemist. So you're gonna put him as close as you can to that entrance so you can get both left and right side of that track. Okay, so like right there, that's a good spot right there. And we're trying to get as much as this side as possible too. And we're going to go bigger globs, stickier glue, and stronger glue on strong. That's all we gotta do for that guy. Super simple stuff. Then we're gonna drag this ice guy right here, and we're gonna go all the way bottom path. Now for him, we're gonna go cryo cannon and icicles, because icicles is just crazy right now if you guys didn't know, and he's wrecking it. And that's gonna help us just pretty much get through 54, 55. So if you haven't figured out yet, the odd rounds come out over here and the even rounds come over here. That's why we get a Moab, a BFB, ZOMG on this left side, and we get the kind of crazy rounds like 55 over here. So my biggest problem round for this entire thing is going to be 54, because this glue gunner is like, he's just not enough, but he's also cheap enough that it doesn't affect us from later on getting our main power tower for this whole thing. And so that's why I like to use him. And this guy's pretty much doing all of the work for us, I would say, because he's keeping that Moab there from getting us wrecked, because this guy can't really handle all the Moabs. And you guys know Ben doesn't Trojan every single one. So kind of going. So the only round we're going to slow down and kind of watch even slowlier is going to be 54. It's going good right now. Everything's clean, but there is that 1 in a million chance, guys, that he doesn't get all these right here, and you're going to have to hit that home screen, but it's no big deal. Hit the home screen, hit the escape thing, and go back. But other than that, guys, super simple stuff. Look at, we're taking down these ceramics. Might lose a life there, but you can kind of judge it. It goes slow enough and they're spread out enough that you guys can see, okay, it's just a couple pinks, just a couple reds, no big deal. And that is usually the outcome right there, is what just happened to me. So no big deal at all. Now 55s usually gets pretty wrecked, but having this guy on strong, actually, sorry, that's my fault. Put this guy on strong for your ice monkey and it'll be super, super, super simple. He just takes down all the big stuff, and then our never miss targeting takes down the rest. And it's super cool to see. I really like this tower. I plan to use him a lot more in some chimps maps. Speaking of which, if you guys didn't know, apparently this is, I wouldn't say the word impossible, because if it's impossible, it means nobody can beat it. But somebody's going to beat this thing. And I guess on chimps, it's pretty darn near impossible, and nobody can beat it so far. I think past like round 7, is it? I don't know. Update me below if I'm a little wrong, but I just know that nobody could beat it last night. Like all the pros were on it trying to get it. So this thing's going to be pretty intense, and I'm just excited to see what comes from it. Another good thing about this map, guys. So because everything up here is our main popping, we can see down here if we're going to get wrecked. So with that said, if it goes a little too far, just slow it down. 99.9% of the time, he's going to clean them up, or we'll just lose a couple lives. It's not a big deal, but just keep your eye on it and don't lose to something crazy. So if it gets a little too much and it comes down to this area, just hit spacebar, slow it down, or hit the slow button on your phone. No big deal. Now, but what you're going to want to do 100%, I'm talking 100%, do not skip this part. Slow it down for 59. Yeah, I know we're all in a rush. We want to knock this thing out as quickly as possible, but slow it down for 59, because on 60, you have to do this. You have to do this to make it super, 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 super simple. So just make sure you slow it and wait for the next round. Do not hit play right away. All right, so I've always loved this trick. It's super simple. And as you guys know, Ben has that second ability, which lowers the class of the balloons and then gives you more money on top of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit play, and this is why we slowed it down. We're going to hit play and then hit that second ability as fast as we can. It's going to turn down to some Moabs. It's going to be super simple, and 60 is literally going to be a breeze. I'm not even sure if it'll make it past the top part. It's going to be really cool. So just make sure you hit play and then second ability. And there you go. And then he Trojans that Moab, and then it's gone, and you don't even get past the first little layer. We don't even know what just happened. That's how crazy it is. So make sure you do that. If not, I would say that these guys can take them, but I don't want to chance it. You shouldn't either. Just do what I did. And if worst case scenario, guys, you get a bunch of Moabs flowing out here about to lose, again, hit the home screen, try it again, no big deal. The 61's always a little sketchy, but you know, it's not that big of a deal, and I haven't lost to it yet. It just looks a little scary. But we do not have enough for the Spectre just yet, but I want him for 62. I'm not going to mess around with this. 62 has those fortifieds. I don't want to deal with that. So hopefully you guys have as much money as me, if not more, because we farmed super early and we only had to sell one farm. That's all we had to sell. If you guys had to sell more, then it still won't be that big of a deal. I have done that path as well, and I've made sure that you can sell both and then come back with like pretty much no money, because I got my farms really late just to test everything. But what you're going to do is you're going to buy your Spectre, then you're going to go back to increase production, greater production, and then you're going to buy down to the marketplace again. In the meantime, your Spectre is going to wreck everything, and this is going to be super, super chill. And you just don't want to sell any towers. We like these guys. They're helping us out a lot. Icicles is really gaining his like money over there that he's earning. He's working hard. Let's get back to this banana salvage and then marketplace. So for 63, I'm going to do the same thing with Ben's ability. So we're going to hit space or hit play and then hit the second ability. And the reason why is because we get like double the money for these pops too. So when the Spectre ultimately just wrecks these ceramics that we've downgraded or whatever, we're going to get a lot of money, which is really helpful. And I don't like the first wave. It scares me. So we're going to hit play, hit that space bar, wreck that first wave, make a ton of money. And there we go from there. Let's grab this marketplace as soon as we can get it. And then also too, guys, remember, this is an expert map. So that's why I'm talking more. That's why we're doing more. That's why it seems a little bit more sketchy. I'm saying it's going to be really easy, but it's easy given the fact that it's an expert map. And so basically what I'm getting at is still watch the screen. You're not in easy street yet. Sometimes this Spectre, if you guys have used them before, you know that he'll just like shoot up here in the sky when the balloons are down here, and he will still do that. So we got to just be on our guard. And if anything crazy happens, we just hit that pause button and start it back over. Now we saved up $12,600. You guys should have roughly around the same. Let me know below if you can guess what the next tower I'm going to use is. Just put one word and I'll know that you're referring to this part of the video. Just put one word for the tower. So if you think it's ice, if you think it's sniper, if you think it's boat, if you think it's plane, just put those words. And I want to see if you guys know what I'm about to use, because this tower gets through this pretty well, guys. So we're gonna drop a boat right here, guys. And if you guys can get it in range of your village, I could have probably placed this village a little better, but it really doesn't matter. Or this is just kind of overkill at this point, I feel like, but it's gonna make it super simple. We can guarantee get through all this stuff. I wanna place my boat right here, and then I'm going to go faster shooting, double shot, destroyer, and then we're gonna get aircraft carrier, I guess during this round. Here we go there. Now, because he's not in range of the village, unfortunately, I do have to get long range and crow's nest, which wastes some money. But we have two farms here. We have a Benjamin who has brought in $14,888. So this is super simple stuff. I am going to use an ability on 76, or let me think this through. I'm going to use an ability on 76 because I like that money. But since the boat is our last tower and that's all we really need to do, I'm probably going to sell my farm. So stay tuned for that part. I am going to probably sell my farms and buy this boat earlier just so I know we don't have any issues. So we have more than enough money to sell these farms and get our big boat carrier flagship. But I want to go through 75 just as normal, just to show you guys that it can be done in case you guys don't have the same amount of money as me for whatever reason. And as you can see, 75 is usually pretty tough with those fortified BFBs, but we're doing pretty good here. Don't use your bin ability though. We are going to use that on 76 to make even more money. As you see, that one is done. So you may even have enough just to buy the boat, which would be pretty cool, but I am actually going to sell to get the boat. I'm going to sell both because I don't need the money anymore. We're going to go for carrier flagship right here. Now, just as we did earlier on round 60 and round 63, we're going to hit space and then we're going to hit the second ability, or play and then the second ability, and that will make 76 super easy. We can beat it as normal with the towers we have because we have like super overpowered towers for this right now, but we want to make that money and make it super fun and simple and stuff like that. So play and second button. There you go. Look at that. We just got a ton of money and wreck through 76. You can do the same on 78, but it requires a little better timing that I'm not good at, so I'm not even going to bother. So here we are on round 79 at the end for round 80, and what we're going to do is the same thing, of course, because it makes it more fun. Now, you guys can wreck the big ZOMG if you want to, but I'm going to use the second ability, so I'm going to hit play. Second ability, it's going to knock the thing down to a BFB, and we're going to easily beat this new expert map on hard with the monkey knowledge, get that monkey money, and do some good stuff, guys. So we ended this with 110 lives, $23,000, well, not even fifth tiers, huh? We have one fifth tier and then this guy. That'd be cool if we could have got flying forge. That would have been awesome. But super simple stuff. I hope you guys didn't struggle at all. There were little tough parts here and there, but as long as you guys followed the directions, I think you guys should have had no problems at all. If you guys like what you watched, definitely hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you have not yet, and stay tuned for some more strategies that come in the real short future here.